and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Apollonia Puente, your love, dating, and relationship coach. Happy New Year! I wanted to do a video today because it's New Year's Eve at 12 a.m. It's going to be a new year. And what else better could I offer than some tips when it comes to love, dating, relationships, and even sometimes a breakup. So I know the New Year's can be exciting for some, but I know for me, New Year's was always a big changing point. So I had a lot of time, and in the new year I found myself reflecting a lot, and sometimes it brought happiness and sometimes it brought sadness, and a lot of it had to do with love. So what else better of a video can I offer you to give you tips when it comes to 1, dating, 2, maybe just getting out of a breakup, and 3, a relationship and marriage. So let's jump into it. First, I want to talk about dating and being single. You know, I feel like when it comes to the new year, a lot of times women and often men, they get sad. They get sad that they don't have someone to kiss when that ball drops, or when the new year is to bring in. And there's so much pressure on who you're going to kiss in this new year, right? So instead of focusing on who am I going to kiss and what am I going to get from this new year and how am I going to find a partner, and just stressing yourself out, don't do it. Realign your thoughts, because guess what? I can truly, honestly tell you, if you follow some of my tips that I give you in my YouTube videos, if you've done any coaching with me or anything, you will be and are on a path to finding your partner. So I'm going to give you some tips here now, and just what you can do and how you can give yourself in this new year to find that partner if you're single or if you're dating somebody. 1, not settling, right? So when I mean not settling, it means, you know, realigning your values, noticing or realigning your values, or sticking to your values when you're dating a man or a woman. So if a man or a woman is not aligned with your values, then that means that you shouldn't be with them. If they don't believe in the values that you are bringing forward, then you should not settle. Your values are what makes you you. And also, a true man that really wants to get to know you and wants to take it to the next step is going to consider your values and actually find this a great value within you, because you offer stability, you can offer a realm of comfort, because you know who you truly are. So you show up for you so that man can be who he is, right? So that's 1. Also 2 is focus this year on something that you're passionate about, your mission. So if you have a passion in helping the homeless, let's just say, invest your time in 2018 to investing your time in helping the homeless. Maybe become a part of a nonprofit organization. Do something that you're passionate about. If you're not passionate about your career and your career is just your paycheck, then think of something else that's going to bring you that passion, that's going to bring you that love. And the reason why I say this is because I'm a huge believer in attraction. So if you are loving something that you do, then you will have the receiving end of love coming to you. So for better words, if you do something that you love and you invest the time in something you love, your energy is going to embrace love. So you are open to receiving, and you're more open to receiving love. Get it? 3rd is your mindset. Your mindset, believing it, envisioning it. If you are not in a relationship, vision being in one. You know, manifest it. Think about it daily. Think about what you want. Think about what a man is going to want, what a man's going to offer you, and what a man is going to offer you in your life, and what you're going to offer to him. Vision it. Wake up every day and know that it's coming, or know that it's arrived. As soon as you start manifesting it, the closer you will get to finding the love of your life. Now, the last one I want to talk about and mention briefly is friendships. I have a lot of clients, and even myself, I went through this in a period of my life, is when I had to reevaluate my friendships, right? So I had to make sure that I was focusing on who was bringing me value and who I can offer value to. You know, a lot of times we go through friendships and we notice that maybe there's no connection. Maybe there is no spark, and that's okay. I mean, we date, right? And we can say bye to the guy because there's no spark, or bye to the woman because there's no spark, or they have nothing to really offer, or our values aren't aligned. So why can't you do this in a friendship? Because we look at this as confrontation, because it's typically female to female, male to male, and it's not a relationship type environment. It's something that we're used to. It's just a breakup, or just going our separate ways. But in a friendship, it can be harder because we look at this as confrontation, but it's not. Not everybody is meant to be friends with everybody. Not everybody's values align, and not everybody's vision supports each other's visions. And sometimes when two friends have separate visions, they can't see each other's visions, or their goals in life are just not the same. So time to reevaluate your friendships, because you want someone that's going to feed your soul in 2018, because the more your soul gets fed with love, the more you will receive love. Next, let's talk about if you've just experienced a breakup. And I know the holidays like Christmas and New Year can be really difficult. And it's hard. And I know from the bottom of my heart, I know it's hard. And I want to leave you with a couple things and New Year's tips to kind of get you motivated again and being used to kind of being with yourself, especially if it's been a long-term relationship. Make this the year of you, right? So no dwelling in what if I did this differently? Well, you can't go back and change time. So what good is that thought going to help you? Or why can't my partner just see me this way? Why couldn't my ex just notice what I was doing for him or her? Or why couldn't I just show up differently? Or what if I just beg and plead and finally just bother them so much that they'll just come back to me? No, switch your focus, because what happens is it's so easy for us to put our focus on everything else but ourselves. And that's the right way of doing it, is putting your focus on yourself. What's not correct is putting your focus on everything else, meaning your what ifs, the asking questions that you're not going to get answers to. No one is going to be able to provide you an answer of what if you communicated differently in the past with your ex, right? It's only going to give you emotions, and it's going to make you emotional, and it's just going to embrace the fact that you are either one, lonely, or two, you just experienced a breakup and the love of your life is not with you, right? So not dwelling is big, because in order for you to, one, become a better person for the next partner in your life, or for you to maybe get back together with your ex, then you need to focus on you. There is a reason for the breakup. So without saying words, because of the fact that I'm sure the breakup happened and you mentioned words, I'm sorry, I'll fix it, and it was never fixed. So this is what led to the breakup. Now, move forward. Show through actions. Show through actions by involving yourself in something, in activities, involving yourself in more socialization with your friends, keeping busy, doing something that you can learn from. Maybe take some salsa lessons, learn how to make sushi, go horseback riding, go skydiving, something that's going to enhance your soul and feed your mind to learn new things. Why? Because when you get that moment to see your ex again, or to have that conversation with your ex, or to even find another partner, you're going to be able to talk about new things that you've experienced. You're going to have time to do that self-reflection, because you made this year about you. You had the relationship with you. You didn't jump into a new relationship. The new relationship that you jumped into was with yourself. And that is the primary growth to finding a healthy and having a sustainable, healthy relationship, is when you yourself devote and value yourself enough to learn from your own personal growth and to grow for your next partner. and to really internally love yourself and not seek love from no one else. Next, let's talk about relationship and marriage, my favorite part. I think relationships and marriages are beautiful, and the reason why I think they're so beautiful is because they can be challenging, they can be amazing, they can be so soul touching, but then can be so non-soul touching sometimes because you experience growth together. You're growing and you're learning from each other daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. You become sometimes in 1 year 2 different people, right? And then sometimes that happens where you clash. But what happens when you clash is you remember your foundation. Now, what I mean by this is in a relationship and marriage, I talk to a lot of clients about the foundation. And I just want to mention this briefly because this is really common. When it comes to marriage and in a relationship for years, you start to build expectations for your partner because maybe things become a routine for you. And yeah, it's important to spice things up in your relationship, but we build expectations. Let's just say your partner, for example, hates dancing. And he hated dancing since the day you met him, but then 10 years into the marriage, you expect him to take salsa lessons with you and expect him to do all these things, but you knew that this is something he didn't like when you first met him. So why build these expectations now and become disappointed because he's not fulfilling something you want? Go ahead and do these things yourself. So we build so many expectations in a relationship that sometimes we forget our foundation of why we fell in love, of what our partner can offer us and what our partner offers to the world. How does your partner love you? How does your partner show love? How does your partner never give up on you, even when times are hard? What is your foundation? You maybe had children together and your foundation is making a beautiful life for them. Wonderful. Or maybe it's building an empire, building a business together, or maybe just going through the walks of life together. When we start to build expectations of this outside world is when we bring in those toxic things into a relationship. So remember, number one, with a relationship and marriage is remember your foundation. My favorite thing too is I do this and I love this. Me and my love made a goal last year to always check in. So yesterday we did our check-in meeting, and it's important in relationships and marriages to check in, to talk about finances, to talk about goals, to talk about your passion, to talk about what you like in your marriage or relationship, or what you don't like in your marriage relationship, and to change. Because you're always evolving. This world's evolving, you're evolving. So it's important that you really just focus on what can make your partner happier and have your partner focus on what can make you happier. Now the key here is when you have these talks in the check-in, you might find some things that you just don't like, that your partner doesn't like, and you never knew anything about it. But here is where you build a strong foundation. And here's where you build security in your relationship. If your partner says something that you don't like and you take it personally, yeah, it can be hard not to take it personally, but you can't get upset with them. You can't start crying, you can't start getting emotional, or defensive, and why didn't you tell me this before, blah, 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 because then that safe zone just disappears. Have compassion, have belief, and be happy that they're being honest with you, and change it, and work on it, and change it, because a partnership requires work, and partnerships require change. So it's a partnership. You can't have a partnership without being honest. So don't ruin your safe zone. Lastly, so I like to talk about in relationships and marriages, I always tell my clients to talk about growth and accountability. And here's what I mean by that. So holding each other accountable to one's growth. So let's just say you have grandchildren and you want to be there for your grandchildren a little bit more. You both hold yourself accountable to being there for your grandchildren and making the dates and setting the time to go and visit or do activities or whatever it is. Or maybe if you're building a business together, Holding each other accountable is key to your growth. So ask your partner, how can I grow? How can you grow? What do you need from me? How can I be there for you? How can I better support you? Do you need space? I'll give you space. These are the lessons that you learn, and this is what makes your relationship so strong. And checking in too at the end of the year and talking about your favorite moments in a relationship, because this brings you closer and this is part of your growth in a relationship. Talk about what you loved most about this year. What were the times that stuck out to you? Maybe a simple text message that your husband or your boyfriend sent you and said, "You're so beautiful and I fall in love with you every single day more and more, and you are the love of my life." I remember I received a text message like that, and that right now, just doing this video, it popped up in my head because I asked myself that question. And that was a turning point for me, and it was just a beautiful moment in last year. So reflect on what made you happy last year, and what made you fall in love again with your partner, or what made you just fall deeper, and what made you happy. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I just felt it so important to make a New Year's video. And I want to send you so much love, so much positivity, and so much light. And remember, whatever your New Year's goals are, when it comes to love, relationships, getting even over an ex, and marriage, do not give up, because love is the ultimate key to happiness. And no matter what, you will have a healthy relationship and you will find love. Till next time, bye.